Hello everyone, welcome to today's class. Today's topic in pharmaceutics is dispensing of special types of powders. In routine dispensing, powders are easy to handle, but certain powders show special behavior such as evaporation, moisture absorption, liquefaction, toxicity, or explosion risk. These powders require special methods of dispensing, mixing, and packing. Such powders are also called as special types of powders. These special type of powders are further classified into volatile powders, hygroscopic powders, deliquescent powders, eutectic mixtures, powders containing liquids, explosive powders, and potent drug powders. First, we are going to see about volatile powders. Volatile powders contain substances that can easily evaporate at room temperature. For example, menthol, camphor, thymol, etc. Usually, the problem in this type of powders are loss of drug due to evaporations and reduction in dose accuracy. The method of dispensing used for this type of powders are titrate lightly in mortar and avoid excessive grinding and minimize exposure to air. And you should pack it with double wrapping method. Here, the inner wrapper should be wax paper and the outer wrapper should be a thick paper. Next, next we are going to Next, we are going to see about hygroscopic powders. Hygroscopic powders are the substance that absorbs moisture from the atmosphere and becomes damp. Usually, the examples of hygroscopic powders are sodium bromide, calcium chloride, etc. The problems faced during dispensing of hygroscopic powders are powder becomes sticky and it also shows poor flow property. The methods used for dispensing of hygroscopic powders involves powders should be supplied in granular form and they are not to be finely powdered. The packing involves double wrapping to prevent the moisture absorption. Next is deliquescent substances or deliquescent powders. Deliquescent powders absorb moisture from the air and liquefy to form as solutions. For example, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, etc. Here, the powders absorb the moisture and becomes liquid. So it is very difficult to handle and dispense. The methods of dispensing we are used are the powder should not be finely powdered and it's also supplied in a granular form. For packing, we are using double wrapping method and usually aluminum foil or plastic covers are used. Next, we are going to see about eutectic mixtures. When two or more solids with low melting points are mixed together, they form a mixture that melts at room temperature lower than the room temperature, causing liquefaction. This is called eutectic mixture. For example, menthol plus camphor, or menthol plus thymol, or camphor plus phenol, or chlorohydrate. These substances melt at low temperature. What are the problems facing in the eutectic mixtures are here the powders becomes wet or liquid. Methods to prevent the liquefactions are first, here each ingredient should be dispensed separately, directions given to mix the time of use. And next, second method is use of inert absorbents. Here we can use mix equal quantity of pyolin, lactose or light magnesium carbonate. Next, we are going to see about powders containing liquids or incorporation of liquids in powders. Some prescription may contain liquid drugs along with powders. There are two types of methods usually involved in dispensing of powders containing liquids. First one is if the liquid quantity is small, titrate liquid with equal quantity of powder and add the remaining powder gradually. And next is if a liquid quantity is large, add suitable absorbents like pyolin, like magnesium oxide with that of the powders. Next, we are going to see about explosive substances in powders. When oxidizing agents are mixed with reducing agents, they may cause violent explosions. For example, potassium chloride plus tannic acid mixed together, they form a great or violent explosions. Methods of dispensing involves avoid dispensing if possible. Ingredients should be dispensed separately and they should not never be titrated together. At last, we are going to see about potent drug powders. The drugs having maximum dose less than 60 mg or poisonous natures are called as potent drugs. For example, codeine phosphate, atropine, digoxin, etc. The problems in dispensing this type of powders are very small quantity or cannot be weighed accurately. Dispensing of this type of powders involves geometric dilution method. In this method, the prescribed quantity is very small and cannot be weighed directly. For example, we are weighing 100 mg of codeine phosphate and mix it with 900 mg of lactose using geometric dilutions. After the uniform mixing, we have to weigh 100 mg of the mixture which contains 10 mg of codeine phosphate and pack it. This type of method is used for dispensing the potent drug powders. Okay students, I hope we all have learned something about dispensing the special type of powders. Let's see in the next class. Thank you.